That's a very spacey one.
Yeah. I discovered that there's a new setting, well, not new, but new to me, called LFO rate, and I have no idea what that is, but it makes that wobbly wibbly sound.
Wiggity wobbity wobbity. Welcome, everybody, to the Too Soon Podcast, Episode 2. And that was our magical intro there, brought to you by Auric.
Told you they wouldn't get any better.
Music man here.
And, of course, let me actually make sure you guys know our names, because this is still new. I'm your host, of course, Trenton, joined by Auric.
That's me.
And then Liam.
That's me.
And this is our second week of doing the show, and we are happy with, well, what we did in the first week.
We did
got
it,
a
guys.
lot done.
We made a first podcast.
We actually
We
got
did.
a surprising amount of listeners,
Yeah.
which I
Yeah.
didn't see that coming.
I'm proud of you
No,
guys.
so if you listened to the first episode and you're listening to episode 2, let us know. We actually would really like to know some feedback. That'd be really cool.
I love you.
Yeah, we didn't get any messages or anything, but we did get over 100 listens. So
Yeah, that's all I can ask for.
in a week, which is incredible.
Pretty dank. But yeah, and we're available a lot more places now too, so but we'll talk about that towards the end of the show. But yeah, a lot got done in a week.
We're getting it done.
So how have you guys been since our last show?
Well, I mean, we haven't really seen each other except for today since then.
Yeah.
Because we never really see each other except on Wednesdays, which is also the day we record this.
I also haven't
Because-
seen T Gizzle yet. Ever.
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, I haven't seen him
That
in
is
years.
true.
But we saw each other today at the nature center that we volunteer at.
Yo, fuck that place.
No, it's good. I like that.
It's
place.
all right.
So
But I hate the people.
I've only ever been explained to the nature center by Auric, by the way, Liam, as like this kind of weird like park place that you guys just burn stuff at.
Yeah, that's pretty much, that's all we do. It's like, it's
So
literally
what
nothing
is
special.
it though? But what actually is the place?
Well, the
Like,
nature
why do you
itself,
guys go
the
there?
nature center itself it's a nature reserve. Like they got animals and stuff. It's like they try to educate people about what's called, nature, so that
And
people
they'll
aren't
also like
pieces
take
of
in
shit.
hurt animals
Yeah.
and heal them and stuff.
Yeah, but we go there as volunteers for our school for a scholarship, and when we go, they literally just ask us to light fires inside these like longhouses so that they don't get moldy and shit.
And a longhouse is like a Native American structure.
Yeah, if you don't know that,
So does burning help the longhouse, or what is it?
Yes.
What is?
it
helps
helps
the
it not
wood
get
in
moldy.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your objective in the burning stuff is not to burn the stuff to get rid of that stuff, but to
Yeah.
help the longhouse.
Yeah, we literally
Right.
just light a fire inside.
We used
Okay.
to actually like work. Like
Yeah, we used to
physical
do
labor and
genuine
shit,
work.
but we haven't had to do that in a long time.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Well, okay, we did last week. We had to do a little bit of shoveling some hay or whatever the fuck that shit was.
Yeah, but other than
That
that,
was
we
not
do
that hard.
nothing.
Yeah, we just light a fire and sit. But today we had a kid who's been coming rather frequently. Like what?
Yeah,
The
he's
way
been
that
coming
this
for the
works-
past like year.
Yeah, the way this works is Liam and I. Well, Liam is technically the student coordinator, and I'm technically the driver, and that gives us extra hours for our scholarship. But so we go every week. Not everyone who goes to this goes every week, but there's this one kid who goes most of the time.
Yeah, pretty frequently.
Who is, we've always known he's a little off, like something's weird with him, because it would start where he would just like completely fuck up the fire by knocking it all over while we're trying to start it.
He also
by
like
trying to add to
essentially
it.
sits in the fire.
Yeah, he pretty
Like,
much
it's the
sits in
scariest
the
thing.
fire. I don't know how he I think I've seen him get burned like 3 times. I don't know how he has not learned. But today he would not sit still. He just kept getting up and walking around the fucking longhouse. And I took a picture of every single one of his new positions for Snapchat. And then Liam and I took a selfie with him in the background. It kind of looked like he was peeing, but
Yeah, he was
So
just on
should
his
I
phone.
be looking at these and describing them to you?
Yeah, you should probably look at them.
sure, go
All
ahead.
right.
There was also one
Sure, I
point
will
where
do
I
that.
took
This
a
will be
picture
your
of him and
reaction.
sent it to Auric.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it was just his hair had like a bunch of ash in it because he was like standing so close to the fire that
Yeah, he
there
looked like
was-
a Pompeii victim.
yeah. I wouldn't say Pompeii victim. Just he looked like he had dandruff.
Are any of these videos?
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of them.
Okay.
So mute your
The
shit.
first one's not of him. The first video of mine is just like,
Okay.
hey, we're making
Yeah.
a fire.
I see the fire. I see Liam with his hat.
Yes, I always wear a hat. Fun fact.
I see that. I've seen that long house. So is he the Asian kid?
Yeah, the Asian kid.
He's actually
Okay.
like from China. Like
Oh,
all the
okay. He's
videos
like a
he
foreign
watches
exchange.
are in Chinese, or at least I think
Okay,
it's
yeah.
Chinese.
You're zooming in on him. He's like doing stuff.
He's watching some Chinese YouTuber.
Yeah. Also today he was
Okay.
just like laughing at something. I don't know.
Yeah.
why.
And I just
It's kind of
Liam's
confused.
on his phone.
Yeah, that's what we do. We just sit on our phones.
Yeah, pretty much.
How nature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, just
really
more
get
videos of
into
him
it.
so far. Oh, and then wow, Liam, Liam and Auric, you guys are looking pretty scruffy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the selfie's the favorite part for me. It's just the finale of it.
I almost want to screenshot that just so I can use it for like material in the future.
Well, I think what we
Just
should
put your
do-
head
Oh,
on the
he is.
Asian
Wait,
kid.
wait. He is peeing.
No, he wasn't peeing. I swear.
He was.
Yeah.
That's how he stands, and that's how he holds his phone. We'll try to put this in like a link dump because it's on my like Google Photos thing, so I could just create a link.
Yeah.
The whole story for it is so keep an eye out for that to see this weird Asian kid that does weird shit.
Yeah. It's extra exciting.
Yeah.
Have I ever told you guys a story from a couple months ago while I was at work about a couple of people that came in right as I was closing the store and had quite the interesting time?
No, but I'm
I
intrigued.
don't know. That's very like open ended, so I have no idea.
Very specific.
Okay. I don't know. I definitely have told Trayvon, who will be on the show possibly next week.
Probably.
Fun fact.
Most likely.
But so I work, like I mentioned in the last episode, in a phone retail store.
Cricket.
And Cricket Wireless, yeah. I don't want to talk about specific stuff too much, but pretty much,
You don't want to give out your address?
Yeah, I think you should give out your
Yeah.
zip code.
definitely not. I mean, if you ever watch one of my Twitch streams from back in the day, you know a lot about me. But for those who are listening to the show, you won't know as much unless you get to know us, which you could in the future. You gotta join the Discord and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, look
But-
forward to that.
Yeah, if you want to join the Discord, you could actually hang out with us maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually, more than
superstars.
likely, if you're persistent enough, it's not hard to get a hold of us.
Yeah,
Like
we're
pretty easy
online
to
every day essentially.
Yeah, we
every
don't
day, and even
actually
when we're
do
not at
stuff.
home, we're on our phones. So we are available. But pretty
Even
much
at the
what
nature center.
Yeah, even when we even joined the Discord that one time at the Nature Center.
Oh yeah.
no, that was okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what happened though is because I work the Cricket itself is a prepaid phone company, so you get in some areas some really interesting customers. I'll put it that way. And this one night, I'm getting ready to leave the store, but of course, last minute, like 2 minutes before we shut the door, people walk in and they want to buy some phones. Now, this is one of the most interesting two people that have ever come into the store, though, for me, because one of them was in a wheelchair. And right off the bat, when they pull up to the store, they start honking at the store. And I'm like, what are they doing? And my assistant manager at the time was like, just ignore that. And then someone finally gets out the car, comes in and is like, hey, help this guy. He's in a wheelchair. I'm like, why don't you help?
Yeah, why is it your job to help him?
So my manager actually makes me go outside to help this man get into his fucking wheelchair.
Get into his wheel? Oh, like from inside the car?
Yes. I don't
the
know
fuck?
this man.
That's
like
weird.
listen, I don't mind helping people at all, but like when I'm working at a store, at a store, where my job is just to help people find phones and cell phones, I don't really expect to walk outside and help a really angry
Yeah, you're not a
weird
nurse.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I basically help pick him up and put him into his wheelchair and then help wheel him inside the store when we're supposed to be basically closed already.
Damn.
So it
So
already started off weird. And then this guy and his, I assume, girlfriend, which I don't know, the details were kind of weird. They both come up to the counter and they basically tell us that they're looking to get a new phone. I'm like, okay, that's fine. We can make a quick sale before we go.
All right,
It makes
I
sense.
do that.
Yeah, I do. That's my job. But what they end up doing is they pull out this phone that's snapped in half. And the female, by the way, that's the guy in the wheelchair, his girlfriend. She's like super overweight, giant, massive, hideous. And this guy isn't always in a wheelchair. He's just injured, just so you know. He wasn't crippled,
Okay.
which puts which I didn't realize until I saw him walk into my store like a few months later.
Oh, so this was a while ago.
This was quite a while ago,
I'm
but I've been
surprised you
meaning to
didn't
talk
mention
about
it.
this. I think I might have mentioned it a little bit, but I haven't gone into detail. But pretty much, guy in the wheelchair who's like got his like leg like wrapped up. Like I really thought he was crippled because his legs look really tiny. So it looked like one of those
Well, he
things
skipped
where
leg day.
Yeah.
yeah, I
He
guess
needs to
it's
get
leg day. But so they get up to the counter and they show us why they're getting a new phone, and this lady pulls out this phone that's snapped in half. And basically what they and they're really upset with each other, but they haven't said a lot yet. But pretty much he's trying to explain that she broke his phone in half because she caught him texting some other girls on his phone. And then they immediately start, and then they immediately break out into a loud as hell argument, just screaming at each other.
Heated?
Just heated, just really trashy, just like straight up like trailer trash style, just Jerry Springer crap all up in the store.
That's so Florida.
Yeah, it is. And we're just sitting there, me and my manager are sitting there listening to him because like, well, they're gonna buy a phone, so just wait it out.
True salesman there.
Yeah.
Pretty
Capitalism
much.
at its finest.
And it gets so funny because my favorite part of this whole event that happened is that the guy gets so mad at her because pretty much regardless of what he did, he had a point. Like, she broke his property, and he was making her pay for his phone, and she was, like, refusing forever. But she ended up buying it anyways. But somewhere in the argument when they're just yelling at each other, he's grabbing the way our store works, we have the counter, and then we have a bunch of stools in front of the counter. This man's in a wheelchair, right? And he actually picks up the stool with one hand and almost throws it at her.
Oh, shit.
Dude. I was at work still, so I was trying to keep my composure, but I almost cracked up dying laughing because I've never seen a man in a wheelchair throw a stool at an overweight lady before.
That doesn't sound like reality.
Yeah, it sounds like reality TV.
Oh my god! But it was so ridiculous. But pretty much they ended up settling down. My assistant manager is kind of like a really like my old one was kind of a really brash kind of lady. So she was able to kind of put them in their place and basically help them figure out a plan.
Calm them the fuck down.
And pretty much she ended up giving him like most of the money to pay a phone. And then throughout that whole rest of the transaction, while they're there, they're still arguing. And of course, I had to help him get back into the car too. That was ridiculous.
So this is before your promotion, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and actually with that, I'm the promotion is a little bit delayed. But yeah, this is like this is back when I was part time.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. Since I started, just for context, I've started from part time to full time to key holder position, which is like basically 3 whole positions since I've been here. So I've been moving up a lot.
Moving through the ranks,
getting a lot of responsibility stuff. So it's been pretty good. I make pretty good money with them too.
I remember, I think it was early on last podcast, you talked about you were going to talk about something that happened at the store, but then I think we got off track.
Yeah.
Maybe. I can't remember. If it was something that happened
last
week.
With a cop? I feel like it was something with a cop.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so it wasn't even my store. It was a store I was covering for. Okay, so quick other sides. This one's less interesting, but pretty much these 2 female detectives that it feels like they came like straight out of like a CSI type show or something like that. Shit. They come into our store and they're like, okay, can we see your surveillance tapes? And they're like, why? And no, actually, just by chance, by the way, my district manager, who is the only person who has access to these tapes anyways, which just happened to be at the store I was at, and these detectives happened to be there the same day he was. So him and the new manager of that store, were talking to these 2 detectives, basically asking, why do you guys need the surveillance? I don't care if you're cops. If you don't have a warrant or whatever, we're not going to show you anything. And he's like, well, we're looking for a missing person. It's like, oh, okay, fine.
All right.
Only because they're missing. Because my district manager is not trying to get us sued.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Over an investigation or something like that. But it was a missing persons report, so basically they're just trying to find someone who's missing. But yeah, it was really interesting because one of the 2. It was really interesting because one of the ladies was like obviously like a veteran who's been a detective or in the police force or whatever for a while, and the other one's like probably like our age, maybe a little older, like the rookie.
Damn.
And the rookie one is the one who had her hand on her gun like the whole time.
I hate when I see that because it just makes me so nervous when I see a cop's hand on their gun.
Yeah, it made me a little nervous too. And she was very forward. The veteran was like more relaxed. It just felt very like a TV show. They weren't there very long though.
I've got a couple good stories of cops approaching me, hands on their guns.
Okay.
So me and my friends, we used to hang out in the back of a CVS.
I thought it was like a fucking Walmart or something.
No, we used to hang out in the front of a Walgreens. But once
right.
But once the Walgreens put up a no loitering sign, we started hanging out at the back of the CVS next door.
It's so cool.
This is the town I grew up in. There was a CVS right next to a Walgreens. So
Liam, have you ever skated?
Yes, I do. Currently.
Wait, you still skate?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never seen you with a skateboard.
It's always in my car.
What is the most difficult trick you can do on your skateboard?
An ollie. I'm garbage.
Okay, you're okay.
Yeah.
Because when I was like early on in my teens, I really wanted to get into skating because I just like the culture around skating, but I just never was good at it.
Yeah, not same. Yeah,
it's hard.
But so me and my friends used to hang out at the back of this Walgreens, and one day 3 county cops surrounded us
Oh God.
hands on their guns, everything, a whole 9 yards. Walk up to us. What are you guys doing? Nothing. You know you can't hang out here. Oh, okay. And then we just left.
But like, why can't you hang out there?
We're loitering. It's against the law.
Yeah.
Why is that?
It's a stupid law, but it's against
What are
the
you
law
supposed to
nonetheless.
do? What does the law want you to do?
Fucking not be outside. The law wants you to be safely in your house. Exactly. That's the thing. Is go home.
Well, yeah. The law basically gives businesses and people who own property the right to basically say, if you're not, even if you're not doing anything, if I don't want you here, you have to leave.
No, like
What if you just like?
we understood.
What if you
the
go to
law.
a park and just stand somewhere?
Well, a park is a public place; it's not private property.
But like
after a
that's still
certain
loitering.
hour, they can boot you.
But what if you're like doing it real weird? Like you're just standing in the middle of a field looking at the floor. Is that bad? Can I not do that?
Then you're being suspicious.
Yeah, I mean,
like
you
a
can be
fucking
approached
freak.
by a cop at that point, but you can't necessarily be kicked out of a public park.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah, but
Good to know.
that's happened to me and my friends many times.
But- Don't you guys have places to hang out though? Because like, aren't there
No.
things to really?
Nah, my town was boring.
Yeah, same
Wait.
with my town. My town has no like. What is
Yeah.
it?
After 6 o'clock, there was nowhere to go.
So where was this previous town, Liam?
Eastchester.
That you're talking. Okay, Eastchester.
It's-
So wait. So Westchester is literally Westchester?
No, Westchester's the county.
Yeah, Westchester is
Okay.
the county. Eastchester is within Westchester.
Yeah.
And
Oh, okay, because I don't know too much
And there's
about the state
also
of New York.
Portchester
Yeah,
within,
Portchester
within
is-
Westchester.
is north of Eastchester.
There's a lot of
within
Chester.
Westchester.
We
Right.
need to find out the backstory to Chester.
I looked it up. Like, you can't find any fucking information about this.
It doesn't exist.
Nah, Chester is not real. I even looked it up to see if it was in like England. It's not.
Whenever I hear Chester, I just think of the voice line in one of the GTA like what is it? Holdout missions. I don't remember what it's called. Survival.
Oh, yeah.
Where they just repetitively say for like the hour you're playing it, you hear Chester's down over and over and over. Like the
Yeah, not
amount of
Chester.
Chesters I've killed in GTA is unbelievable. It was a fucking annihilation.
A nightmare. Poor Chester.
Yeah.
But actually, I think you guys already know. But the only place I've been in New York is the Buffalo area of New York.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
But you better come to
No.
our area and hang out with us.
Oh yeah, that's the goal for the end of this year to go see you guys with our other friend Trayvon, whose name you'll hear quite a bit.
Yeah.
We've already mentioned him once this podcast.
Exactly. Like he actually asked us today, like, what do we talk about on the show? And we
I
said
said
him,
Yeah.
I said it.
which is sometimes true.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take credit for my humor.
Hopefully he watches this podcast or listens.
So, but let me ask Liam, because there's some stuff I still don't know about you. So you didn't live in the same area as Auric until you went to college, right?
No, we still don't.
We don't live in the same area.
Okay, so you guys only
I
interact.
mean, we're
because
very
of school.
close. We're both in Westchester,
Yeah, we go to school together.
but
So you're both in the
Westchester's
same
big.
county,
Yeah.
but you don't live in the same town.
No.
No.
Okay. So how realistically, Auric, how big is your town?
Your town's pretty big. in
2
comparison-
by 2 miles.
In comparison
like
to
that?
most towns, it's pretty big.
I don't think so. The thing is, there's 2 sections of my town. There's the manor, which I happen to live in, so everyone thinks I'm rich because it says manor. And then there's the village. And the village is like the majority of it, I
Yeah.
think. But manor itself is probably just like half mile by like square mile.
The more that I listen to us talk about where we live, the more that it's probably very easy to find out where we live.
I mean, I
Or
don't.
at least
You could find out what town I'm from. Pelham. Who gives a shit? Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
Pelham and Rye are pretty big places. So
Yeah, and I live in a really small town, but I've mentioned it so many times on the internet before. You know,
Palatka.
Palatka, Florida. Auric's been here once.
Yeah, it's an experience.
it's a place.
It's
It's a
has
place on a
roads.
map.
It has
It has
roads,
roads
yeah,
and houses and a shit ton of trees.
and a river.
I didn't see that.
I did not see
Well, we
that
actually
river.
passed
I need
it.
to see that river.
Well,
It's a
now
big
I
river.
need to come
It-
back and see Palatka
it's-
River.
Well, it's the biggest river in Florida because it goes through all of North Florida.
No shit.
Yeah, it's the St. Johns River. It's actually one of the only few rivers in the world that flows north as well.
The Nile flows north.
Whoa! Fun facts about Palatka with your friend Trent.
But like I mentioned earlier, I used to stream a lot, and the only reason I do now is just due to some technical complications with my internet.
Yeah, you're Grammy.
Yeah.
Grandma
She likes to binge the Netflix and take up all the bandwidth.
loves
Grandma
that.
Diana.
Which I'll be working on throughout this year to get that fixed. But when I was streaming a lot, though, I did mention a lot of the stuff about my personal life, like where I live, because I'm not really too much on hiding that stuff. I mean, my Twitter handle, my personal one, is just my first and last name. Because come find me, bitches.
Same.
Yeah. So guys,
Also, I'm the only Auric in the world, so like,
do I have a story about internet?
I don't know. Do you?
I do. So right now, we've been trying to record this podcast for about 2 hours.
Yeah.
And my internet just continually cut out and just shut off for no reason at all. And we were doing the pre-show and my internet cut out immediately. But halfway through, like starting to record the podcast and the pre-show, we were playing some GTA and my internet was perfectly fine. So right now, I have GTA running in the background of my computer and I haven't had one problem with the internet.
So GTA is holding everything together.
Yeah, GTA is ruining everything.
It's
No,
the glue
Or
to
no,
your home
GTA
internet.
isn't ruining everything.
It's the fix.
Just also, the pre-show is not something that is like released
Yeah.
or anything.
Doesn't exist.
It's just like
Yeah, maybe
mostly
in the
bloopers,
future.
I guess. Yeah, maybe like little snippets that are funny.
Yeah, well, we're still working on getting the regular show distributed every week. Like we were worried that it was gonna be a problem this week with Mr. Liam's internet here.
Yeah, but it's happening.
It's working right now. We're in mid show, but how about some games? I guess.
Well, you still haven't played Overwatch, so
No, I did not.
Because
Did you play Overwatch, Liam?
No.
See, neither of us did. We said we were going to, but we just didn't find the time to play that Overwatch update yet.
I think all we've played since last week was Rainbow Six.
And Squad.
Have we played Squad?
I played.
I
Squad
haven't
with
played
Mitch.
Squad.
I don't think I have, but I want to.
We might play tonight.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, I'll play after this. I mean, I have work later in the afternoon tomorrow, so I can stay up a little later.
Oh, look at you,
I
Mr.
have
Fancy
2
Kid.
classes tomorrow that I don't have any work for, so I don't give a shit.
Also, this weekend, I'm off all weekend before we get into anything else, because you guys should know.
I don't know.
You guys are bad friends. It's my birthday weekend this weekend.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
know
shit.
about you. Who are you?
Yep.
Get out of my podcast.
My name's Mitch.
That's an inside
I just
joke.
ruined the podcast right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, on the last episode of the podcast, when Mitch shows
Yeah,
up,
when
like
Mitch shows
I said last week,
Everyone
Mitch will
will
show
understand.
up on the last episode, and you'll know what that's from.
Yeah. All right, guys. So
Basically,
I
he
actually
just does
have,
that whenever he joins us.
guys. I actually have a user submitted question.
Oh my
Really?
god!
Oh,
Wait, user or listener?
Listener. That's what I meant.
From
guys.
where?
This question is submitted by my very own dear girlfriend that I love so much. And she asked, if dogs wore pants, would they wear them on all 4 legs or on their hind legs?
Hind legs.
I'm gonna say hind legs too.
That's what I think.
Have you ever
hind
seen a
legs.
dog costume? They don't have fucking like extendo pants.
Yeah, but like, it would make sense though to put it over all of the legs.
Nah,
Because-
that's front legs or arms.
But the real purpose of pants, when you really think about it, isn't the legs. It's to cover your dingus. Let's be frank.
That is true. It is to cover.
I'm
your
Auric.
dingus.
I'm not Frank.
It's to cover your dingus or your hoo-ha, okay?
All right.
You got me there.
And if they got the pants on the hind legs, that covers the dingus and or hoo-ha, so there's no need to cover the chest. At
What
that
if
point, they need a shirt.
That's what
been
shirts are for.
spaded? Then they just
Yeah,
don't need
so-
pants.
All right. Well, we answered that question pretty adequately. I
Yeah, that
think.
was great.
Her name's Jess, right?
Yeah, Jessica.
Thanks, Jessica, for your question.
Yeah, Jessica. Hopefully you listened to the podcast this week. She listened to the whole thing last week. I'm pretty impressed with her.
Wowee.
And she was like, I didn't understand a word you guys were talking about because she's
Well,
not
it's
as
mostly
much of a
games,
nerd
right?
as us.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's our number 1 fan right now.
All right, guys. And then the second question that is submitted by our very own Liam.
Wow.
So if you were stuck on a desert island and you were allowed to have a mermaid with you, would you want the top half human or the bottom half human?
Why is that a question?
It's a legitimate question. I need to know.
Okay, I mean,
Top.
top, yeah.
Yeah, but what if you want to have intercourse?
Mouth.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to go into detail about why I really think the top, okay?
Wait. Before you go into detail, I'm just going to set the record straight. I'm going to ask this question to every person that comes on this podcast if we have any guest or anything.
And if anyone says bottom, then get the fuck out.
Just imagine this, like,
a giant fish head.
Weird fish head lady.
But no, like when you start thinking about the actual logistics, though, I really don't want the bottom because yeah, true. If she has a lady bottom, like I can smash, but but then I'm stuck with a fish head that may or may not be able to talk.
You're just fucking a fish, dude.
Well,
yeah,
I'd say it would be able to talk. If we're gonna have a mermaid,
even if it can.
But it probably sounds like a SpongeBob character. Just screams, my leg!
But even if it could talk and all that, and I could like have like conversations with it, it's just I don't want to be having sex with some lady flesh at the bottom, and looking at a fish at the top. You know,
that is very reasonable.
It's very awkward, but because at least with like the top half of a lady, I can be looking at the lady. I can pretend the bottom half doesn't exist, and she can just just rub me off.
All right, I get you. Nah, I would also choose top half human. It'd be weird as fuck.
And she still has a mouth.
Trout face, just like
that's what I said. I said mouth.
Yeah, she's got mouth. She's got hands. You know, because I won't be on this island forever, right?
No, you're gonna be on it forever until you.
Well, that's another thing. She can probably swim pretty damn well. Get you off that island.
No, you're stuck on the island. You can't get off.
What am I, Calypso?
Sure.
That's a Greek mythology reference. Okay.
Yeah, but you're.
But what did you guys play this week though? Besides Rainbow Six and Squad, anything?
What?
Grand Theft Auto.
You got Grand Theft Auto.
My saving grace.
There's that new car that apparently takes a shit ton of C4.
Yeah, no, that was pretty impressive.
It's free.
That thing did not blow up.
I don't understand why they would release anything free.
Yeah, especially
maybe they're
GTA.
Winding down all.
They are definitely doing that.
Red Dead.
Oh no, they're winding down.
Red Dead.
That's the big reason.
I want a horse in GTA, and then it's just Red Dead.
Mm-hmm.
God, Red Dead 2 is going to take up like the next 5 years of everybody's lives.
Like, my brain tells me it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play the shit out of that game. But then, like, deep in my brain, I'm like, it's gonna be bad.
Rockstar doesn't really do anything that's bad though.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I know. But like,
what's their worst game? Like that Max Payne or whatever? Isn't that like their worst game? And it's not even bad.
Like, it's gonna be underwhelming. That's all I can think about.
Well, I mean, we've overhyped it. This is like Red Dead 2 has been hyped almost as much as the fucking game that everyone loves. What is it? Half-Life.
Oh yeah, Half-Life 3.
Yeah, confirmed.
Half-Life 3 confirmed.
You heard it here first, folks.
We're at 30 minutes.
The Too Soon podcast has a secret.
We're at 30 minutes right now. Half-Life 3 confirmed.
Right, yeah, that's how that works.
Actually, I just thought about it. So, when Grand Theft Auto 5 was coming out, it had a really crazy-ass marketing campaign.
Oh, yeah, 100%. It was supposed to be, like, the greatest game ever. But
it kind of was.
And wasn't.
And it went out, and it like the marketing was, like, it was over the course of years. And Red Dead 2 comes out this year, they say, if it doesn't get delayed.
They didn't release anything until late last year.
Yeah, and there's, like, been nothing.
And it's a picture.
I mean, E3 hasn't happened yet, to be fair, but even without E3, we haven't still heard much.
Well, either we're going to hear a shit ton at E3, or they're going to, like, still tease at E3 and then just, like, blow their load at the end of the year.
No,
like,
either they're going to do a little bit of teasing at E3 and then, like, maybe announce the release date, or they're just going to be like, yeah, no, I'm not going to give you anything, and then just wait until everything comes out. Like, wait until their game releases, and just nobody cares.
I mean, I feel like they might as well just not release the release date, which is weird to say, because chances are it's going to get delayed anyways.
Mm-hmm. So definitely.
Don't make a release date. Just say either this year or the beginning of next, and that's good enough for me.
Yeah, just give me a general year.
As someone who's like, this is going to sound dumb because I'm still young in most people's eyes, but now that I'm 21, years are fast.
Yeah, fucking geezer.
I don't know, like, it happened like a year or two ago. I realized how fast years are.
Yeah.
And that's some scary shit.
Mm-hmm. Ever since summer got shorter, it was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
What's going to happen?
Like, freshman year was slow. Freshman year of college. But then after that, everything was fast.
Yeah.
Like, I still feel like freshman year made up, like, 75% of my college time. Yeah. Just because, like, we did stuff then.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, I was on the rugby team when that existed. I should probably tell that story, because that
is a pretty good story.
It's an interesting story. I was on the rugby team. That was the first year I've ever played rugby.
First year of college.
first year of college, I pretty much immediately almost broke my leg. So that's rugby for you. But that's besides the point.
You and Matt.
Should have stuck to lacrosse.
But the thing is, like, no offense to lacrosse players, most of you guys are fucking douchebags.
Got him.
Same goes for people who, like, take baseball really seriously. Like, don't. It's fun. Don't take it that seriously. It's more fun when you don't give a shit and you're just there to play.
Have fun playing.
That died in, like, when you're 15.
Yeah,
actually,
once you
13.
enter high school, like
everyone becomes a
everything is for
competitive piece of
scholarship.
shit. Yeah, it's so stupid because you all suck anyways.
God damn.
None of you are good at baseball.
Fucking savagery.
Unless you're Jeter. Hi, Jeter.
Yeah, hi,
If you're listening
Jeter.
to this.
If you're listening to this, don't buy the Marlins.
You're the only good baseball player. But anyways, the rugby team got disbanded because, and it wasn't even really a full blown team. Like, we go to a school that it's all the sports are, what is it, triple A?
Yeah, triple
like
A.
So
no
worst
sports
of the
scholarships.
A's. Yeah, so like the
No,
least
not triple A.
important.
It's Division 3.
Division 3, right? Yeah, I'm thinking triple A. I'm thinking fucking
minor league.
minor league, if only. Although we did have a guy. Well, maybe I shouldn't. We had a guy who was brought up to a good team in the major leagues, but he has not yet. He's like in their training program still.
Yeah, I mean, we have
Probably
a couple
will be
guys that
forever.
have gotten into like sports clubs. Like, there's one guy who I think went all the way to, I think, play a preseason game for the Detroit Red Wings. That's
Oh,
really
really?
it. Yeah, for hockey. But
Well,
nothing
so
big.
already the teams are not that important at our school, and we were not even an official team. We were technically a club, but we got banned because of some supposed hazing that went on.
Yeah,
And
hazing.
I'm a commuter, so it's like I can't get hazed because what are you gonna do? You're gonna drive to my fucking house 30 minutes and just like everyone who's not a freshman shows up in my house and drags me out of my own house. I'm just gonna call the fucking cops. What are you doing?
You're gonna call the cops on you. Fuck you.
What are you doing? That's fucking crazy. But we were accused of several things. We were accused of stealing golf carts and going for joyrides, which I know for a fact no one did because we all have cars. And what are you doing? Why
do
would
you
we
need
take a golf
if
cart?
you have a car?
Cars are faster and better and cooler, and you can go places. Golf cart, you can drive around a lawn.
It's pretty.
You
Golf
could go
carts are fun
golfing.
though. I will admit. I drive a couple of those for work. They're fun.
That would be the only reason I'd want to go golfing is to just be the driver.
Oh yeah.
But that's because I would wreck that golf cart.
I won't admit to anything, but I may or may not have crashed a golf cart once or twice. Funny as hell.
I was only allowed to drive one once as a kid because back in the days when my family was rich, which is no longer, we used to be members of a country club, and there were golf carts there, but we weren't really, kids aren't allowed to just take them. But anyways, back to rugby. We were also accused of going around dorms, knocking on doors and forcing girls to take shirtless photos with us. Like, the freshmen were told to make girls take nude pictures with them or something. And that didn't happen. What actually happened was the freshmen, I didn't have to do this because, again, I didn't live there, but the freshmen that lived there had to go around and ask for girls' bras to take pictures with girls' bras, which is stupid.
Not even girls wearing the bras, just
No,
the bras.
the girls didn't even have to be in the picture.
Yeah.
You could have just gone to a fucking, like, Old Navy and just gotten a
Yo,
few
somebody
bras.
should have gone to Old Navy and taken a picture there.
But yeah, so
Yeah,
that happened.
The kids who live at home go to Old Navy.
The rugby team is
I'll
going to come back next fall, and it's going to be me and two other people that don't really know how to play rugby because we only played for half a year.
Yeah, pretty
that
much.
are going to be teaching everyone how to play rugby.
Sounds like a
So
plan.
that's going to be a mess, and I'm going to break my other leg. My ankle is still fucked up to this day, and it's probably going to be for the rest of my goddamn life because some fat fuck decided to land on my goddamn leg.
That shit's
That
funny.
that happens in football too, or it happened to me in high school in football. Same exact injury. Some fat fuck falls on my leg and it fucking breaks. But it doesn't fully break, and no, like, X-rays don't show a break, so they can't treat it. So I'm just walking in pain.
Nice. That's
That's
always
what you get for
fun.
being active.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what you get for
I should never
doing
go
sports.
outside.
You know, I've never
Let's just
broken a
play
bone.
video games forever.
I've only cracked my hand a couple of times.
Well,
The same
technically,
one
I've still
twice.
never broken a bone.
Yeah.
I fucked up my ankle, but there's no medical definition for what happened.
A sprained ankle
Too
is, I guess,
soon,
the closest.
crew.
No,
More
they said
like-
it wasn't sprained either.
More
No?
like no broken bones, crew. Am I right, guys?
I just remember when the kid fell on my leg, I heard like the loudest pop, and I screamed out in pain for the first and last time in my life. I've
I
never
highly
been
doubt
in so
that.
much pain in my life. I can't recall another time where I've screamed out in
You
pain.
said first and last.
Oh, first and last thus far.
Yeah, I can't wait till you have your first child, Auric. You're going to be in so much
Yeah, when
Yeah, in case you guys didn't know, I'm actually a woman.
yeah, when
Mm-hmm.
that baby comes out your fallopian tube, you're gonna be in real pains. As you can tell,
Can't
I am
wait.
a man and I understand childbirth.
Yeah.
So I got a question. I got a question for you guys, actually.
You have Quest?
I have Quest.
I have
That's a
one
Trey
very
thing.
very good question.
Okay.
How about this? What do you guys think about this year for gaming? I think it's one of the best years ever for gaming so far.
Why are people saying that?
Yeah, nothing has come out.
Plenty
Like,
has
people
come
are
out.
so hyped about what?
Yeah.
Nothing happened. Like, I know the Node did a whole thing about that. I'm like, what?
Well,
You mentioned 2 games that I never heard of.
Well, no. Well, so far
Mass
we've
Effect
had
came out that people didn't.
And
really
everyone hated
like.
that
Yeah.
except you.
And then
Horizon Zero Dawn came out.
All right, for one console.
yeah,
The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild
For
came
one
out.
console. Well,
One console.
2 technically.
Well, one console doesn't define like if a
Well,
game
it
is great or
doesn't.
not.
One console
it
that
didn't take over the world.
nobody
That's
really
for goddamn
like,
sure.
that didn't blow up like the fucking Wii U did.
Well, most people like kind
Wii
of
U,
judge
ugh.
quality at like a year of games, like I do too, of like how many consistently good games come out in a year.
Like, when I think of it, even if a game is released on just one console, like Halo took over the fucking planet.
Yeah.
It isn't anymore. It's not taking over anymore, but it did. Horizon Zero, whatever robot chick thing, Native American, whatever the hell that thing is. It looks cool, but I don't know what it is.
Here's the thing. Also,
No one really cared. No
all
one
the major
bought a
games that
PlayStation.
have come
for
out-
it.
No,
Right.
it sold extremely well.
all the major
Okay.
games that have
It's
come out though
it-
have been single player games. And when you say like a year in gaming is one of the best ever, it's generally focused around multiplayer because that's how you
that's-
get the most people to play.
It's really more on for like critics and analysts and stuff like that. It's like for sales or just quality of games, aggregate review scores, because like all the games that have been coming out at the beginning of this year so far have been like extremely well praised. Like even For Honor came out early this year too.
But there's a
like
big
For
difference
Honor.
between selling well and taking over the fucking planet.
Yeah,
But that happens so little these days though.
yeah, no, that's why it's
Yeah, so
that's
this
why
is
it's
not a
rare.
great
That's why
year
it's
in
great to
gaming.
see that.
The last great year in gaming was whenever Halo 3 came out. Was it 2005?
Seven.
7? Yeah.
2005.
2005. Going once, going twice.
Well, I don't think we're ever going to see like games like a single game or franchise do that kind of like global media, overtake again because gaming
Actually,
is
GTA
it's
5
even more.
It's kind
I
of
mean,
big.
Overwatch took over the fucking planet for
Yeah.
Well,
a while,
you got-
and
you
it
got-
still kind of is. So, if anything, last year was a great year in gaming because that's when Overwatch came out. This year is only great because Overwatch came out with some cool skins.
came out last year.
Well, keep in mind too,
Chinese
though, like
New Year.
when it comes to the perspective of gamers, like we're also still in our own bubbles with it too. A lot of us only follow the games that we like, but just overall
Well,
as
yeah,
a year,
I mean,
we've had
everyone follows what they like and not what
Well,
they don't.
right. Well, what I mean
But
is
when
like,
everyone
just,
likes the same thing, that's a great year in gaming.
Yeah.
yeah, and we've overall this year had a lot of different titles really early in the year score really well, sell really well. So it's a really good start because usually the first half of the year like this traditionally doesn't have this many AAA games come out, or especially AAA games that are good.
So, from a business standpoint, this is a good year for the gaming industry. Is
Yeah,
what
well,
you meant to say.
Well, no, even critically too, because there are fans of these games that weren't expecting so many good games to come out in the first half of a year like this.
Okay. I
Like,
still don't
like-
think this is like. I'm not going to be like, oh man, 2017. I want to go back to that for the games.
Yeah. Like,
Well, so far,
there haven't
I've
been-
played a lot of these games too. So far, like I've played all of Horizon Zero Dawn, an awesome open action, an action open world game. I played Mass Effect, not the best game ever, but it was still really good. What else has come out this year? I almost want to say Final Fantasy, but Final Fantasy came out like the last month of last year, and even that kind of bled over to this year too. So just a lot of really surprisingly, good just single player games have come out so far. And now we have the second half of the year and the summer for more multiplayer games too. So this year overall could be a really great game year for games.
Yeah, what would make this a great year for me is if fucking Star Citizen actually fucking comes out.
It's never gonna come out. Like,
yeah,
stop getting your hopes so high. It's not gonna come out.
But it'll be cool if it does.
It just never will. Though.
Yeah,
and then Red Dead.
Yeah, but we still got Destiny 2 to come out this year, Red Dead 2.
Yeah, I don't know if I care about Destiny.
Yeah,
Destiny 2
I never played Destiny.
Could really be the fix to all the gripes of Destiny 1 though.
It really could be, but it could also just be Destiny 2.
Yeah.
True.
So, you never know with a lot of
that's
games.
I'm not hyped for that or anything. That's gonna be like I'm gonna wait for it to be out, see what it is, and then buy it or not.
See, like, I stopped being hyped for games ever since No Man's Sky came out. I wasn't
hyped for No Man's Sky.
I never played No Man's Sky, nor was I ever hyped for it. But I saw the hype around it, and everybody was freaking out about this game when it was coming in development and when it was coming out. And then it came out, and it was awful in comparison to how it was so hyped. So
I think they fixed certain aspects of it, but I haven't tried it.
Yeah, but if you botch that opening weekend, like,
well, yeah, the marketing for that game too was just way overdone. They were selling something that the game was never going to be.
Yeah,
I remember people were so angry because what was it, Sean something? Was that was his name?
Oh, Spool on Funhouse.
No. It wasn't the guy, like the main guy of
the main lead on
It wasn't Sean something. Whatever.
I don't remember his name, but yeah.
Well, he was on Stephen Colbert's show, and like everyone was complaining, like he lied to Stephen's face when he was like showing his demo of it. And yeah, that kind of ticked me off when I thought of it from that perspective of like you don't lie to my Stephen Colbert.
Not Colbert.
No, he's innocent.
Love that boy.
He has no understanding of games. Don't trick him.
Mm-hmm.
Colbert is a good man.
Now he thinks there's a fucking like fake universe. It doesn't exist.
Yeah,
he's ill-informed.
It's rough to have games that are so overly hyped and then come out and they flop.
I don't know what the last game I was like incredibly hyped over was. Do you remember what the last game I was incredibly hyped over was, Tickle?
I feel like for me, the last game I was really hyped over was Borderlands 2.
Maybe Black Desert
lived up to the hype. I love that.
I wasn't that hyped for Black Desert. I was intrigued.
I mean, that's the hype that's the most hype you get, I think, these days.
I guess. I think the last game I was really hyped for was Reach.
No, Overwatch you're pretty excited for it too, because like after you played the beta, you were just
but the hype didn't come from nothing. It came from playing the beta, and I'm like, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah, the beta was amazing for Overwatch. That was probably some of the best gaming that I've ever played.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, but
especially because like at that point for our like online friend group, that was like
that was the
pinnacle of our activity.
Yeah, that was the one game that brought everybody together.
Yeah, because everyone can run it and everyone has like a character that they can play.
Yeah. Hey Blizzard, if you're listening to this, good on you. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks Blizzard.
Thanks for bringing us together.
If you're listening to this, thank you. I know you are.
And shit.
Let's be real.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't they be?
All right, so I actually was looking at stories like throughout the past week since we recorded the last podcast, and I found, in my opinion, the greatest story ever. So Coachella happened, I think, this weekend or last weekend. So apparently a guy stole over 100 phones just from people and didn't get caught and like was posting it on social media.
That's pretty cool.
And Coachella is a music festival, right?
Yeah, it's a massive music festival in California where all like the fucking star children go. But it's like, how do you steal that many phones and nobody notices?
That's impressive. Well, the thing is, it's actually not that impressive because everyone there is stoned out of their goddamn mind.
But still, like, how would you, like, you still have white girls that are, like, literally physically attached to their phone. Like, if it hurts to move it away from their hand.
Yeah, but they're probably so high that, like, you take it right out of their hand and they think it's still there.
But
They
man,
think they got more tweets at them or whatever.
I saw-
Text and
Maybe.
shit.
I saw
This is
that.
coming from the guy with a sock on his mic, though.
Yeah, for real.
Well, so do you. Upon your request,
I'm the true stoner.
my lord.
But I saw that post and I was like, that is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
He should have just like gone on all of their Facebooks and shit and just shit posted.
Was it?
That's what I would have done. Or just like do the high school thing where you steal your friend's phone and then just take 7 million pictures of yourself. And then when they find the phone, there's just a million
Actually,
pictures.
I never do that. What I do is when I get a hold of someone's phone, I always change their not their desktop wallpaper, just their phone's wallpaper.
To
I,
what?
I always just
Like
fucking take
the last
pictures.
time I got a hold of Trayvon's phone, again I'm mentioning him.
Yeah, your only friend.
Yeah.
Right now, yeah, pretty much.
No.
Here.
Always.
Okay, I was
Always and
joking, but
forever.
we could take it seriously.
I mean, not really like my only
Lonely.
friend, but my close friend though, like my one like friend I hang like my Liam.
Yeah, we wait. This
that,
was
that didn't happen.
this was
That
a
didn't happen.
discussion
What are
we.
you talking
This we already kind of had this discussion, but
No,
we
no, it
didn't
didn't happen.
also because that
Nope.
was a different universe in
Nope,
the
didn't happen.
0 episode. Never happened.
about? Never happened.
I feel like we might want to redo that.
What are you talking about?
The who's Liam's who and all that.
No, we should not. There's no way that we should ever redo that. That was probably one of the worst conversations we've ever had.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too, but it was the most difficult thing to follow ever.
So is this conversation.
Now this conversation's a little easier to follow.
Yeah, it's been linear enough. You
Yeah.
know, we've gone the one thing to the next. But actually, it's a good thing you mentioned a music festival though, because actually we do want to talk about music at the end of the show, like
Oh, yeah.
always.
Like always.
And back to the music.
Yeah, music. Love that shit. Alright, so are we gonna share music now or are we gonna talk about the music first?
I think we should talk about last week's first, right?
I do
Yeah,
not-
we should definitely do that.
I genuinely do not remember any of the songs.
Well, here, I pulled it up. All right, so Trenton suggested a song called
By
Armchairs.
Armchairs.
By Andrew Bird. That was a 7-minute song that I didn't hate myself, but I told him, hate myself? I didn't hate it. God, this is why we need to start the podcast earlier, because I start getting loopy.
Oh my god, 10 o'clock, old man.
It's past my bedtime, guys.
my bedtime.
But all right, it was a 7-minute song that I didn't hate when I listened to it, but I knew I wasn't ever gonna listen to it again.
Yeah.
Until this week when I had to remind myself what it sounded like.
Yeah, same. It's not quite my cup of tea.
It's like one of those songs that if it was like playing in the lobby at a hotel that I'm staying at, and I have to sit in the lobby, I'm gonna be okay with.
Yeah, no, it's not the worst
with
that
the
can
atmosphere.
happen. Like
the
you
atmosphere
could be
is
listening to
all
pop
right.
music.
I like relaxing music.
Yeah,
It's no like
it's a chill music
Muzak in
song.
the elevator.
Yeah, it's a chill song.
And then
Liam's is the opposite.
suggested
Yeah, I chose
Baroom Hero.
Baroom. Are you retarded? It says
I don't-
barroom.
Oh, okay. Look, it's on the. I have 2 monitors that are both 27-inch. It's far away. It's like 3 feet away from me. All right, Barroom Hero, by Dropkick Murphys, and
Very hard punk.
yeah, I said it was the kind of song that you hear in a montage in a movie about cocaine and heroin users.
Which I
like
disagree
the-
with. I feel like that you have.
I feel like every heroin montage.
yeah, no, but in those
ever had that
montages,
song.
it's usually like Beatles type music where it's very like
no,
laid back
no,
and
no,
like.
no, no. That's
whoa.
weed.
No,
That's
including
like
heroin.
weed montages.
Did you not
Nah.
watch Breaking Bad
Yes, I did.
when Jesse goes on his heroin trip? Like that's it's got like chill music like that.
Well, there are 2 different kinds of like movie tones that come along from heroin, and it's either crazy shit or like calm shit.
All right,
And this is the crazy shit.
all right, I'll let it slide this time.
What did you think, Tigizl?
Well, of Auric's song, it was very Old Man Auric, but actually I was
No,
surprised
it
of
was
how.
Liam's song. You didn't talk about Liam's song.
We're doing my song
Oh.
first, damn it.
Well, I didn't talk about either song.
Well, I mean, you don't
Well, we
have
didn't
to
get
talk
to my
about your
song.
song.
There's a
Okay.
fucking line here.
Wait in
I'm
line.
the finale, motherfucker.
Well, Liam's song was very. I would honestly associate more with cocaine than heroin.
Well, I said cocaine and heroin.
Oh,
I
well,
covered
said
your bases.
Well, actually, I like that type of music though. I like where it's just really like in your face and just kind of
Fucking
sporadic though.
Punk rock.
I would definitely listen to more of that stuff. More of that artists. Are they really varied, or is that kind of just how they always sound though?
They're pretty varied. Their newer stuff is a lot lighter. Like that's one of the oldest. That's the first album that they put out, so it's very hard. And then the newer stuff is a lot lighter.
What year?
That's from
You know?
'96.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's the year we were
Sounds
born.
about
Yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
great because the band was formed in '96. So when they did their 20-year anniversary tour, I just turned 20. So I went to their show like that year, and they were selling shirts that said 20 years of mayhem, and I was like, hey, that's my year. I was born. So and it said 96 to 2016, and I was like, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's a pretty perfect shirt.
Yeah, so I was happy about that.
Too bad it doesn't like update.
Yeah, no, it's
21
not,
year.
21 year. That would have been funny.
96 is a good year.
Damn good year.
It had a blizzard in New York. I
Yeah,
was born
crazy
during.
blizzard.
Yeah.
We had Bill Clinton become president.
Billy.
Didn't
Yeah.
last long.
So
Actually, how long did he last?
It lasted
No,
the
he-
term. Or,
Yeah,
no,
he
not
lasted
the
a
term.
whole
He got
term.
impeached.
Well, yeah. To be impeached means that they bring charges. It doesn't mean that
Yeah.
you get taken out of office. He served his terms.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
he
didn't
did
know
all
that.
4 years. So
So Nixon is the only president to resign.
And he wasn't even.
No, he
technically
was impeached, but he wasn't taken out of office. He resigned.
and then what was your song, Auric?
My song
I'm on
was
Fire
I'm
by
on
Bruce
Fire
Springsteen.
by Bruce Springsteen.
That's a good song.
It
is a good song.
I don't quite listen to enough Bruce Springsteen because he's not like my favorite artist, but I can still appreciate him.
Can't go wrong with the boss.
Yeah, that music video for that song, by the way, is extremely popular on YouTube.
For what song?
The song you recommended.
I'm on Fire? I didn't even know that there was a music video.
Yeah, I watched the music video when I listened to the song, and it has like 25 million views.
Well, it's probably just because of the song.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You know, it was a very interesting video and a really interesting song.
All right.
His voice, though, really reminds me of a lot of country artists, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, Springsteen is country.
He's
I'd go so far to say.
he's borderline country, I'd say, because like he's from Jersey, so
Yeah.
like how country is Jersey? He's as country as Jersey is country, which there are farms in Jersey and shit. Like you drive 20 minutes off of like
Yeah, once you
Belmar
get out
Shore,
of the coast,
you're in the middle of nowhere, and
Yeah.
there's farms and there's fucking windmills that are powered by by wind, and then and then there's the river mill. Told you it's fucking 10:30. I'm getting loopy.
man, I never.
But if
thought
you
I'd
like
hear
that song, you should. This won't be my song recommendation for the week, but I am also recommending the song. Jersey Girl. It's he didn't write it, but he did a cover of it that might be my favorite song of his, even though it's not of his.
Yeah, but what's it called? You can never go wrong with fucking.
All right, you guys want to get to the recommendations now?
All right,
Yeah,
so this is probably
I
the
forgot
hardest
what
thing for me
actually it
because like I've been going a different genre every week, and I want to just put some like fucking stupid rap music on here, but I also I also don't want to like kill your brain cells. So I'm
You
gonna
know what? I'm gonna go not stupid rap, but I'm gonna go rap because
I'm going with some good old classic rock. Cliffs of Dover by Eric Johnson. That's a fucking good song. I feel like Trenton will like this one because
Ooh.
no lyrics.
Oh,
Ah.
you're gonna have to write that name down because I have
I
no
wrote
idea
it.
what you said.
It's in the chat. It's Cliffs of Dover by Eric Johnson.
Okay, then actually I'm gonna match you on that then because I want to put some non-lyrical stuff either. Either? I don't know. That's not a great way. That's not a good way to say that
I
sentence.
told you it's 10:30, man.
10 o'clock, man. It fucks me
Okay,
up.
so I'm gonna recommend actually the title track to the album, which actually this one you already heard, Liam. Misanthrope by Brian Altano, which is the name of the album and the first track.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna write down for you guys.
Yeah, but next week I'm gonna come in hard with some garbage rap.
All right.
Now, actually, by the way, though, before we continue to Nova song really quick, Brian Altano and Misanthrope, by the way, he's actually the host of a podcast I listen to a lot. He also makes music, and that's the Comedy Button, one of my favorite podcasts.
Yeah,
And
Brian,
he was-
I know
he was
you're
talking
listening
about
to
that.
this, so
No, he's not.
No, he's listening to this.
If Derek Jeter's listening to this, he's fucking listening to it
Yeah,
too.
we really appreciate that.
Are you saying he's better than Derek Jeter?
Yeah. Let's be real.
Derek
Jeter.
He's also from New York.
Derek Jeter, I know you're listening. Don't buy the Marlins.
Wait, he wants to buy the Marlins?
Yeah, him and Jeb Bush.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude.
When did this happen?
It's been happening for months.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's weird as shit.
This is why we need a sports section of the podcast so I can talk about this stuff.
Well, if you want to talk about the Yankees, you can talk about the Yankees. I don't give a shit.
Also, Rangers won last night. Fuck Montreal.
Yeah, and that was the sports section with Liam.
And there's sports.
And then Auric's song. What is
My song is "Mind Playing Tricks on Me" by the Ghetto Boys.
Oh, I love the Ghetto Boys.
Very very appropriate for Auric here.
Well, the thing is, people when they initially hear my taste in music, they're like, "Ah, this kid's never heard rap in his goddamn life."
It's
not true.
Good rap.
I've heard early rap, and I like early rap.
I almost recommended a KRS-One song or some Wu-Tang, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna go classic.
I don't like Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
I wish I did, because everyone does.
There's a handful of Wu-Tang songs that I like, but most of their stuff I can't listen to because it's like really political. Like,
yeah,
it's called "There's Blood in the Streets" stuff, and like I can't.
I mean, that's okay.
I can't get behind that. Like, I understand why it's such a it's so popular and why everybody loved them and loves them now, but like I'm a white kid. I don't understand the troubles.
We're privileged.
I don't understand the
well,
struggle.
You should recommend the songs that you like at some point.
I'll go
just because
I'll make a playlist. Just 1 week. I'll just be like, listen to all this Wu-Tang.
And actually, I think with all our music recommendations done, that's going to pretty much be a wrap for the show.
Yeah.
Another week done. We've actually done now more than one in a row. Good job.
Oh my god, guys. More than one in a row. I don't think that was possible.
New record.
Yeah. Congratulations, guys. Give yourself a pat on the back.
But thanks to everybody out there who listened last week and to everybody who's going to listen this week,
the
too.
100 people that listened last week, I'm sorry.
And thank you.
And thank you. Yeah, really thank you.
And why, like how? How'd you find us? It was the one episode and you already found it? How the hell? I don't get it.
I'm going to end every episode by apologizing to the audience. I'm just going to...
And then I will thank them after you apologize.
Just going to throw that out there.
But yeah, seriously though, to everybody who listened last week and to everybody else who might listen this week too, please actually just get a hold of us. Let us know what you think. We actually really want to make sure whoever out there ends up listening to this really gets the most out of it, and that we provide something worth listening to every week.
All right,
yeah,
guys.
give Liam a run for his money because he's the social media manager.
Give me a job. All right, I'm going to go through literally everything that is important for this.
Yeah, because a lot has been updated since last week, like I mentioned at the start of the show.
Facebook, follow us or like us, whatever Facebook is. Too Soon Podcast. Twitter @Too Soon Podcast. YouTube Too Soon Podcast. We're on SoundCloud. We got iTunes, Google Play, and Lisbon, all Too Soon Podcast. Our email is the2sooncrew@gmail.com. And that's pretty much it, right?
It's TOO, correct? Not the
it's
number.
Yeah,
no
spelled
numbers.
just like
I
the
spell
show.
everything out. I will never do that. I'm not
also,
that
we're
good.
on
13.
one more platform. I don't even know how to say it. It's called TuneLN or Tunnelin or Tunnel In. I'm not sure.
It looks like Tune In.
Yeah.
No, but that's an L.
It's an L?
But it looks like Tune In.
Or maybe it
That's
is TuneIn.
I'm
I'm pretty sure it's an L though.
Well, even if it's an L, that's like leet speak for an I.
If you always use either TuneLN or TuneIn, we're on that too.
Whatever the fuck that is,
but,
and why are you using that when there are other things? But whatever, we won't judge.
You do you.
Yeah, but if you guys use any
you.
of those services, though, please make sure you subscribe to us on those platforms to support us, as well as on iTunes. Leave us a review too. That helps a lot because we want to get the show out to many people who are willing to listen, so we can make this a fun community thing every week.
Yeah, and
I
make
think
sure
if
to
you
send...
want to,
fuck you, Mark.
If you want to choose one thing to follow us on, make it the Twitter.
Yeah,
that's
Twitter is the
probably
most important. I'm always on the Twitter, so and make sure you got questions, send it to us. We answer all the questions on the podcast.
We call them quests.
We answer quests. If you want to email us, go for it. I mean, I check the email every day, so if you email us, I'll see it, but I'll check the Twitter probably more often because I get notifications on my phone. But I love you.
We're just friends.
And I think with that, we are done.
All right, guys. I love you. Not you
Thank
guys.
you, everybody.
Just the listeners.
Not...
Fuck you, Auric and Trenton. Fuck you. I love the listeners.
Okay, thanks, guys. See you next week.
Bye, Jessica.